will tell us about his field school adventures in Alubijid. And for announcements, later we have a yoga session at 5:15. It'll be held in this room. So please join us if you'd like to do some yoga. So I urge. Okay. So Mr. Bradley Myles Wency Ramos is currently working as the Tourism Operations Officer 1 under the Culture, Heritage, and Parks Management section of the City Tourism and Heritage Office of the City Government of Imus. He is also a licensed cultural community tour guide of the Department of Tourism for the City of Imus and an associate in ecotourism management of the Asian Ecotourism Network. Last year, he obtained his graduate diploma in archaeology at the University of the Philippines School of Archaeology, for which he was part of the UPSA Archaeological Field School 2023 at the Calumat Open Site Oriental. So now, to Mr. Ramos, let's go!
Thank you very much, Gabby. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Once again, my name is Bradley, no, para sa mga hindi nakakakilala. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to share yung nangyari sa amin sa Alubijid last year for our 2023 Field School activity. No. I would also like to thank Dr. Lineri for trusting me to share the reports, no, or some insights about the extension project, which was funded by the UP Office of the Vice Chancellor for Research and Development. And this is, of course, this project entitled Unraveling Alubijid Heritage through Community Interaction and Local Exhibition is in collaboration with and support of course, the Municipal Government of Alubijid, Province of Misamis Oriental, National Museum of the Philippines, and National Commission for Culture and the Arts. So the objective of this extension project, because Alubijid was a previous field school site and a recipient of an extension project in 2019. So following the success of the 2019 Archaeological Field School, the second phase of this research project focuses on analyzing the colonial structure built by the Spaniards and how the Calumat site can be developed as a tourist destination with the assistance of the local and national government, so potentially providing a source of livelihood for the localities in this area. There are three na objectives. So first is to generate interest, raise awareness, and educate the local government unit and the community. Kasi noong 2019, nagkaroon na ng significant developments during the Archaeological Field School. And aside from that, yung discovery of the Alubijid Spanish kiln, which is one of the important heritage cultural properties sa Northern Mindanao, and it was recently declared as a important cultural property. And of course, the discovery of the Calumat Open Site. So kailangan nang engage ulit yung community through continuous learning and kung ano yung mga naging updates about the discoveries of the artifacts within the Calumat Open Site. And second is to provide technical assistance on the cultural mapping program of NCCA in the pursuit of protecting and promoting the heritage of the community. So one of the tools na ginagamit ngayon is yung cultural mapping para mas mapastrengthen yung mga local government units to be aware of their heritage. Kasi normally here in the Philippines, napapabayaan siya. It's one of the least priority programs. It's a sad reality kasi I'm working right now in the local government unit. So talagang nasa thrust yon nung LGU on how they will create on projects, especially this could have economic potential. So yun. And to engage, of course, the younger generation in activities that will stimulate their interest on archaeology and heritage. So may mga activities kaming ginawa, like storytelling and book donation. These are simple activities, pero it can create a meaningful impact into the community, especially on our advocacy na ma-raise natin yung awareness through archaeology and heritage. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of the Municipal Tourism Officer of Alubijid, si Ms. Faith Margaret Sabelina. Thank you very much, ma'am, for attending to this BINALOT talk. So yung location ng extension project namin is supposedly dapat sa Fort Almonte, no, sa Bacolod, Lanao del Norte. But since yung schedule kasi is nabago due to the shifting, nagkaroon ng classes noong April, it was decided na maghanap ng another archaeological site. And luckily, it's still located on the Northern Mindanao, and since nagkaroon na ng previous project, which is the Calumat Open Site, so it was decided then by Dr. Neri na doon na lang ganapin yung 2023 Archaeological Field School. So, yun. And these are the schedule of activities. So, when we're plotting, no, nung plinot ni Dr. Neri, yung schedule, so from May 3 hanggang May 20, nagkaroon ng difference on the timeline. Kasi syempre iba yung kapag nasa field school ka na and you're doing the actual work, may mga external factors, no? Like for example, in my case, hindi ako nakasama from May 1st up to May 4th because na-delay yung flight namin for 4 days ng Cebu Pacific. And it was really an unfortunate moment for us. Nakabuo tuloy kami ng group, no? Ang group namin is called Clingy Girls of Alubijid. So that's me, the two Ronas, and si Thor. So na-stuck kami sa airport while most of our mga kasama sa field ay nasa Alubijid na, no? So yeah, may mga subsequent changes na nangyari. Like for example, yung May 15, which was supposed to be work or accessioning lang. So doon nangyari yung mga ceremonies, and then of course with the exhibit as well. No, nagkaroon kami na instead of like 1 day, naging 2 days siya. So in every project that we will undertake, no, dapat it's important that we have courtesy calls, especially sa local government unit. This is the first thing that the team did, no. Pagkababa pa lang ng Alubijid, kinabukasan, they paid the courtesy call to Honorable Emmanuel Hamis, the municipal mayor, and Honorable Alvin Giovanni Labis, the municipal vice mayor. So it's really important kasi this is a way to establish partnership with the local government. Sila yung primary na makakatulong talaga. These people are essential to the social fabric of cultural heritage movement because they are empowered to create policies for protection, conservation, and safeguarding of historical sites, as well as to develop further research on local history and to disseminate this information to the community. So, with their endorsement, no, to the school board, to the barangay, no, nagbubuo ka ng synergy. So even in this gesture, no, ng pagbibigay pugay sa kanila, malaking factor na yon to the municipal government. And even with us, sa city government, every time na may mga magre-research, they always send out a letter, talk to the mayor or to the tourism officer. So yun. And actually there are 2 courtesy calls. So first is the Municipal Government of Alubijid, and then second is to Honorable Rufus Rodriguez, who is the 2nd District Representative of Cagayan de Oro. And he's really hands-on with this project kasi may binubuo si Congressman Rufus for the historical trail, which later I will discuss. So yan. So, sorry, nawala yung photos. So there are photos here supposedly. Hindi siya nag-appear. Hold on. Canva. Escape ko muna, no? Sorry. Okay. Oo nga eh. Sorry. Alright. Sorry for the technical... Yan. Alright. So, yan. So, after the courtesy call, nung May 3, yan. Nung May 3, okay, so... Sakto rin kasi na Town's Fiesta, no, in Alubijid. And they have this so-called kainan sa bayan. Most of the from provincial up to the local government unit are all invited. So this is in celebration of the Holy Cross Parish. And this is a good opportunity for the participants to engage with the local community. Hindi ko masyadong mananarate kung ano yung nangyari at this point of time kasi I was not there. Pero based naman dun sa mga exchanges of information, nagkaroon din sila ng mga engagement with the community. Tatanungan din nila no, about the Calumat Open Site. And isa rin itong way to introduce themselves or ourselves. No? Kasi we're outsiders technically. So di kami taga doon. It's important na you make the community safe. Kumbaga parang you don't have any bad intention. So, and through this, napapractice din yung social skills, no? Especially on researching, and later on, magkakaroon din ng mga interviews within the community. Kasi may mga tao na they do not want to impart information because of various reasons. Actually, also in my case sa work, kahit na I'm working at the local government unit, especially when we're creating researches sa community, hindi rin sila basta-basta nagbibigay ng information because they're afraid that, you know, may ma-reveal sa family nila. Ano naman yan? Normal naman yung nangyayari. And also, maganda rin na we went there with good intentions, no? That we show willingness to immerse ourselves within the community. Kasi 3 weeks is also a long time. Matagal din siyang pagkakataon na nandoon kami, no? Makikita nila kami doon, bumibili sa tindahan or kumakain ng balot, no? After the field work. So, 'yon. And yes, I guess nagkaroon ng mga distribution ng food. Tama ba ako, J-Ron? No? Yon, with the community. So, sayang, hindi ako nakasama dito. So, isa-summarize ko na lang yung field school activities. No? Siyempre, necessary naman ito in any undertaking on field school. So, you can see on the left side, nagde-demonstrate si Dr. Robles on mapping. Nagkaroon din dito sa UPSA ng mga lectures, no, lecture series from gender and development, cultural sensitivity, no, and then on lectures about ceramics, you know the basics. And nagkaroon din ng lectures doon. They've invited lecturers from Mindanao, like for example, we have Ms. Nanette Roa, Dr. Giovanni Caballero, and Poblacion, no, who is also doing researches about elephant. And on side of that, nagkaroon din ng mga tours sa museum sa Cagayan de Oro. On the photo, you can see the one town, one product shop. No? We went there. And also site surveys. Our site survey is Lagindingan. And trying to see the potentialities of the place. Especially may significant discovery doon. Which they found elephant bones at Sinai. Barangay Sinai. So, yan. Alright, so let's go to the extension activities. First is nagkaroon ng turnover ceremony ng important cultural property marker. So, dun sa May 15, there are 3 events. And this is the first one, no? Nagkaroon ng turnover. Important itong mga tangible markers na ito. Because it signifies na that place is important. Rapid na kasi yung development in the Philippines, no? And I guess in Alubijid, they're also slowly experiencing that with the progress. Syempre, nagkakaroon din ng opportunity yung mga agricultural land. It turns into subdivision, and since may significant researches within the past years, especially contributing highly on the narrative of the Philippine history, importante itong mga markers na ito. Whether it's an important cultural property marker or even NHCP marker or even local markers, no, we're now being encouraged sa local level to have such markers para you educate the people, you make them aware of its importance, And in perpetuity naman ito, no, na sana as the generation goes by, magiging ano na rin siya, ito yung pamana na may iwan ng mga legislations, researchers, academicians na gumawa nito. So si Mayor James, he's really elated and proud actually of Alubijid's heritage na nagkaroon. Ito yung first marker nila for the Spanish kiln site. And I believe na maraming more kiln site before sa Northern Mindanao, but ito na lang yung natitira. So that's why it was highly distinct within the community as well. And of course, the whole region of Northern Mindanao. Second is the donation of books, no, na ginawang book drive ng UP School of Archaeology. So this is one of the outreach initiatives. We've accumulated around 187 books, including general references, fiction and non-fiction, and these were officially handed over to the Alubijid Central, Alubijid East, and Alubijid West public schools. So, kasabay din ito ng flag ceremony and turnover ceremony doon sa Department of Education, district school supervisors. And upon actually conversing with them during that time, malaking bagay din ito na magkaroon ng increase on their collection kasi in reality, sadly, no, list din sa priorities yung pagbubuo ng mga library even though may mga enforcement of law. Syempre, yung pagbabudget, no, isang malaking factor din yan. So at least even on the school level, mabigyan man sila ng increase on references, it's also impactful to the schools and to the education sector. And also, so ito yung isang book drive. And also, I would like to mention na yung one of my colleagues, no, si Rona Cabotaje, through the International British Academy, they also donated books, pero this was reserved for the next project na para ma-reach out din yung ibang community, and it's mostly mathematics, science subjects, no, Gen Ed in particular. And after the whole ceremony that day, nagkaroon din ng storytelling program. So, napili nung group namin na magkaroon ng storytelling about Tabon Girl, no? And this storytelling, it centers on a young child named Mina who believes that their garden is one of the Tabon caves, which are home to the Tabon man, one of the oldest Homo sapiens ever discovered in the Philippines. This is actually illustrated by Manix Abrera and written by Irene Carolina Sarmiento and a recipient of Carlos Palanca Award. So, this storytelling engagement, it is a means of engaging to the younger generation in terms of archaeology and heritage. Kasi based on my experience, no, when I was growing up, limited yung resources in terms of archaeology. In fact, hindi nga siya masyadong name-mention. But since I have a younger brother right now and I'm reviewing his Araling Panlipunan, name-mention na doon yung name ni na Robert Fox, no, yung mga Tabon Cave. So it's good na in terms of Department of Education, na-integrate na nila slowly yung importance of prehistory. And these kids na na-reach out namin, they're so lucky kasi may nag-deliver sa kanila ng isang storytelling about archaeology. And at least for us, no, we continue to inspire people on the noble work of being an archaeologist. So there are a total of 120 students, no, from grade 6 ages 10 to 12 who attended the said program. And there are two narrators, si Rona Cabotaje, who's a biology teacher, and si Nat Sundiang, who is a voice actor. So tandem sila nung nag-deliver. So yung mga storytellers and us, actually, we engage on question and answer portion. Si Dr. Neri also had an opportunity, no, to address questions from grade 6 students, especially on the ongoing excavation during that time sa Calumat Open Site. So at least, itong mga batang ito, natututunan din nila yung archaeological project na isinasagawa ng University of the Philippines School of Archaeology. And hopefully, no, in the not so distant future, when they grow up, sana at least on the local level na magkaroon sila ng archaeologists and still continue to discover other sites, no, within the Municipality of Alubijid. So ito yung some of the pictures of the program. So yan. So 120 students, very big ano rin, group. And next is yung cultural mapping workshop that we've had. So sa cultural mapping, we all know na sa bagong batas that we've had under RA 11961 or the amended National Cultural Heritage Law, Section 15, it states there na minamandate na ang mga local government unit to do cultural mapping. So, sa cultural mapping activity, so we also have a proposed program. No? First is yung lecture ni Dr. Lee Neri about the Mindanao heritage. And then lecture 2, cultural mapping workshop by Associate Professor Kate Lim and si Jeron. And some practical exercises. Luckily, since I was working on the local government unit level and sa amin sa IMUS, we've already finished the cultural mapping activity. So, dinagdag po namin yung lecture ko doon about our case, no, sa City of Imus. Kasi we're one of the pilot project ni National Commission for Culture and the Arts, and na-impart ko doon yung reality, some of the realities, no, na ng isang local government unit on undertaking cultural mapping. And our participants were mainly from the Department of Education, Araling Panlipunan teachers. Of course, I would also like to thank Kate for taking her students. No, they are BS Anthropology students. And of course, kami, mga field school participants, meron ding isa from the community, local historians. So yung pinoproject naming 25 participants, naging 40 siya. And this was held at the office of the municipal mayor. Maganda rin na we came from different level, no? Well represented yung community. From AP teachers to students and various local government unit offices. I think yung sumama came from Menro, from environment, meron din sa planning, and of course the tourism office. Para at least kahit papano, no, we impart something to them. We've helped them in some ways, especially minimeasure na rin kasi yung cultural mapping on the DILG Seal of Good Local Governance. Sinasama na rin ito sa annual budget ng Cultural Development Plan. So yun. We've recorded 9 kasi nahati kami sa siyam na grupo. So these are just the list, no, from tangible, immovable to intangible, traditional craftsmanship. Marami pang pwedeng i-record, pero ito lang yung na-record namin in so far since it's part of the practical workshop. And, practical exercises, no? So we've moved around Alubijid. We're thankful for the municipal government for providing the transportation. Teachers who participated in the program. Maraming mga realities doon na lumabas, no? Na parang some of the old teachers, they're recollecting important stories about their community na, for example, meron palang Spanish-American cemetery, but unfortunately, since through the development of time, hindi na yun na-preserve. I believe kokonti na lang yung natirang remnants doon. And since Alubijid is located on a lush part of Northern Mindanao, so very rich din sila in terms of natural resources. Kaya meron silang mga mangrove eco park, no? Andun din yung paggawa ng asin, which is an intangible craftsmanship. Yeah. So yon. For me, dun sa group namin, yung river, no, yung ni-record namin, which hold important rin as well, narrative through the natural resources. So ito yung example nung mga photos, no. On the left side, yan yung mga cultural mappers in action. So yun. So we have the Holy Cross Parish under the auspices of the Archdiocese of Cagayan de Oro and Alubijid National Comprehensive High School, which is one of the old schools ng Alubijid. So overall, no, we've had a survey then after the whole workshop, and we're grateful to have 89% na the participants find it excellent and 11% very good. Wala namang nag-rate ng fair or poor. So some of the comments, no, sabi, with regards to the speakers, sabi they are knowledgeable, interesting, and good communicator. They know how to manage or address comments from the attendees, or was like attending a class about archaeology and history. And of course, may mga comments din about the venue, na it should be spacious for large number of participants. So field trip, actual visit of the area most enjoyable in the workshop. So sorry, I have just copy paste it. And ayun, hindi rin namin kasi na-anticipate yung pagdami ng mga participants, and it's a good sign. Na-manage naman namin na mabigay pa rin yung adequate information about cultural mapping. Hindi siya kasya sa isang araw. In fact, sa City of Imus, I think it took around couple of weeks, or siguro para mga 2 weeks, parang ganun, in the process. Just for the whole training to be done. Pero one day at least yung having an initial cultural mapping workshop, may impart namin kung papaano gamitin yung mga pre-cooked forms na mandated by the National Commission for Culture and the Arts. Kasi honestly, nakakalito siya. It's sobrang kapal niya, 10 pages, and it's hard na isa-isahin yon with them. Pero nung na-experience naman nila, together with the students, no, and us, at least they know how to utilize it, and hopefully ma-maintain ito, no, on the years coming, kasi I think on the previous years walang record, and I think on some years nag-record sila on the local cultural inventory to be included in the Philippine Registry of Cultural Properties, kasi annual itong sinasubmit sa NCCA. So lastly, no, on our extension project is the Calumat On-Site Exhibition. So, syempre, aside dun sa actual na paghuhukay, andun din, kasabay na rin ito yung pagpaplano nung pagkakaroon ng on-site exhibition. So, from May 8 to 16, nagkaroon kami ng mga consistent meetings, days before the event. And then, of course, coordination with the local government unit in terms of materials and equipment needed for the exhibit. We also have a preparation for VIP guest list, because we want na at least on the government side and on the academic side, matatap namin sila in terms of the findings that we will have, no, after kasi ito na yung conclusion of the field work. And of course, importante din na magkaroon ng contingency plan always. Especially nung plinano namin ito originally dapat sa loob ng munisipyo, sa Municipal Hall. But we've decided na why not immersive and plein air na lang, open air, mismo dun sa mga trenches. And aside from this, nagkaroon din ng mga preparation and creation for PubMat, tarpaulin layout, curatorial designs, and information, education, communication materials. So ito yung mga pagpaplano namin during that time. So noong May 18, one day before the event, so ito yung mga RSVP, no, reminder to the invited guests, preparation for the exhibit such as installation of tarpaulins and printing. Nagkaroon din kami ng dry run of the event and dry run on the tour of the trenches. So, yun. And since wala kaming hindi kami parang reconstruct, unlike nung previous 2019 Archaeological Field School. So nagkaroon na lang kami ng illustration, which I will show later. And yung mga artifacts na makikita namin, siguro pinaano na lang namin, pinahawakan, no? Importante kasi na kasi mas magkakaroon ka ng appreciation when you touch on the artifacts, but we make sure na it was well covered, no? Para maiwasan natin yung damage. So ito kasi yung highlight of the Calumat second phase, no? Archaeological project, yung reconstruction, and this image was created by the wife of my trenchmate, si architect Trisha Rodil. So thank you very much, Architect Rodil, for this. Kasi ito yung focus namin. Before, it was all yung mga prehistoric nakakita rin sila ng burial. Ito naman yung Spanish colonial history. And luckily dun sa trench na Dun sa trench na nahukay namin, which is trench C, nakakita kami ng mga post holes. And through archival materials na nakita ng mga in charge sa historical materials, sina Rona Ripangkol and si Christian Katahan, nakakita sila ng mga some snippets or narratives about these structure which was built during the Spanish colonial period. And ito yung example, no, ng information education material. Hindi ko lang makita yung soft copy of the brochure. But hindi rin ako nakakuha nito. Hindi ako nakapag-uwi. Pero as a remembrance. Pero nakakatawa yung yung double purpose bookmark kasi naisip namin na why not, aside from its purpose on being a bookmark, bakit din na rin natin incorporate yung archaeological scale para ma-appreciate din ng mga high school students. So this is just a preview, no, on how we presented yung mga naging discovery namin from different trenches. So, yon. I won't delve in too much kasi I believe that it can be discussed on another BINALOT talks. But these are some of the preview of the produced materials during the exhibit. So, yan. And this is the program, no, that we've had. We have some opening remarks, of course, these from the Honorable Mayor James. Si Rana Repangkol also gave some introduction about the exhibit. Si Christian Katahan gave on the historical background. I don't have the picture of Rachel, but she also imparted some message on behalf of the National Museum of the Philippines. So here are some snippets, no? Ayan. So makikita natin sa gitna si Mayor James, no? Talagang nahawakan niya yung mga artifacts na nakita. So these are some pictures of the audience, of the visitors. Actually, almost 120 or 150 rin yung pumunta during the exhibit. And we're also grateful for the presence of numerous people, especially on the representatives from the provincial government, no, and the Department of Interior and Local Government, kasi sila yung mga key personnels that can really help to really enrich the historical sites across Alubijid. And we're also grateful to Kuya Empoy, to the Municipal Planning and Development Office and the Municipal Tourism Office, no, for giving us the support during the exhibit. So, yun. So, some recommendations and patapos na rin po ako, no. So, for local government unit, kahit na nag-workshop kami doon about cultural mapping, we recommended pa rin naman na mag-seek sila ng technical assistance to the National Commission for Culture and the Arts and magkaroon pa rin ng continuous training who will be part of the technical working group. Ang di ko lang din nasulat dito is yung incorporation of the prehistory or archaeology to the local tourism development plan and local cultural development plan. And for UPSA, continue lang yung archaeological research in Alubijid and Northern Mindanao and always have a backup plan. It's really important in any aspect. So, ayun, one of the concluding din is yung launching of the Misamis Oriental, Cagayan de Oro, and Camiguin Historical Trail book, no? Which was led by Honorable Congressman Rufus Rodriguez. So, few months after the after the field school. So para mga 3 months lang. August, I think this is August 13, during the Local Historical Committees Network ito, no? Kasi doon ginawa by the National Historical Commission of the Philippines. Saktong-sakto, nandun si Doc Manny Calairo. Ayan, so nagkaroon ng, na-include na ulit yung Calumat Spanish structure, no, sa Barangay Poblacion, Alubijid. So, daghang salamat po. Maraming salamat sa pakikinig. Maraming salamat din sa mga naging parte ng 2023 Archaeological Field School. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you, Brgy, for that talk. It was great hearing about your experiences.
Thank you.